Before we get started, I'm just going to ask that you hit the like button and that you subscribe and that at some point you will leave a comment. As always, Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. I've been meditating, which the most common thing I hear when I tell people that I meditate now is they're usually like, I just couldn't sit with my thoughts like that. And the thing with that is, when you first start meditating, it is hard to get your mind to be still. And I don't even look for my mind to be still anymore, to tell you the truth. It's not like I've been doing it for a super long time. On and off, I have been meditating for a long time, several years now. But as far as consistently, it's been maybe the last year that I've really consistently been meditating. And the thing that I notice, or the way that I look at it, is throughout your day, you'll have different conversations with different people. And when conversations are important, you'll completely stop what you're doing and give your undivided attention to the person that you're talking to. Now, a lot of times that'll be like your boss, it'll be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever. So I look at my mind the same way. Like, I don't necessarily look for my mind to be still when I'm meditating. What I look for is just for my mind to tell me what it actually wants me to know or what I actually need to hear. And some of you will think, well, I'm having time alone with my mind when I'm driving. And it's like, are you really? Because you're probably concentrating on the road at the same time. Or you're probably listening to music. Or there's different things that we're all doing when we think we're just being alone with our thoughts. So if I take time completely by myself, completely take time out and just sit still and let my mind talk to me about whatever it is it wants to talk to me about, I feel like I go through my day in a more aware state as far as where I'm at with myself. And to be honest, there are days where I don't like what my mind has to say to me. There are days where my mind does, you could say, make me mad because I don't want to hear that stuff. It's like, I have a way that I'm doing things right now and I don't need you getting in my way. But the truth is, just like in a lot of other cases when people tell you things that you don't want to hear, it's what you actually needed to hear. And I don't always see something bad in people critiquing you, and I feel the same with my own thoughts and my own mind. Like, one thing that I was mentioning to a friend yesterday is when it comes to certain situations, I really have to let them go and completely forgive them. Because the only person that they're hurting at this point is me. And in some cases, it's like what you want is an apology from the other person, or you want some sort of closure from the other person. But sometimes another person isn't going to give that to you. So what you have to do is just take care of that in your own mind and be like, check mark, I just got to let that go. And that's something that sometimes my mind doesn't want to just do. And it's something that I've struggled with, and it's something that I work towards every single day. And then there's different things that I'll resolve in my mind. Like last night, I was concerned with somebody trying to figure out where it is I am. And then I was meditating earlier today, and it hit me. People can find out where I'm at pretty much every night of the week. I check in places. I usually will tell people what shows I'm going to be on. Like, I know October 6th, I'm performing at another pub. And then there's Genuine, I believe, in downtown Phoenix. But yeah, so, there's always something that I'm putting out there as far as where I'm going to be. So it's like, yeah, is it the most comfortable thing when people want to know where you actually live? No, but at the same time, is it really that much of a departure from my regular life? No, at the same time. So am I going to let that in any way dictate my happiness or my comfortability or any of that? No. I mean, like, I'll just be aware, but I've always been aware because I'm an openly gay man living in a world that doesn't always or hasn't always been the most open to that. I mean, when I was younger, we were in a lot more of a risk, and that was on a regular basis. And you kind of did have to be careful about the way you moved, especially in certain areas. Even to this day, it's something that you have to be aware of. So the thing is, there is something for me to pay attention to in that situation as far as just exactly what I'm putting out in the world, because consciously I should know that people are listening to me, but sometimes I forget. Like even this, sometimes I think about it as going out to nowhere, even though I say like leave a comment, like, subscribe, that kind of stuff, which wasn't me, but I guess subconsciously I was reminding you guys. But it's, one of those things where I sometimes forget that people are listening. Like I've had it happen with Twitter where people have gotten mad at me and I was like, oh, I forgot that people even read these. I just thought I put them out in the world and then they disappear. So my point is, I feel like there's always something you can learn even when you're not happy about what you're learning. And that's what meditation does for me, is it makes me think about these things. Anyway, I've gone off on a few tangents here, but my main point is when it comes to meditation, I really do think the overall benefits are worth it. And I think where I'm getting in my process and in my thinking is going to be worth it. And I'll talk maybe a little bit more about that tomorrow, or maybe there'll be some subject that comes up tomorrow that I want to talk about, or maybe one of you will suggest something that I should talk about. Either way, I appreciate you guys watching, I appreciate you guys listening, and I appreciate you guys putting up with me. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. Mwah.